96, your one-stop shop for all things movies. From reviews, unboxings, and collections, I'm here to celebrate the magic of cinema. Now, let's roll the film. So today I'm going to show off my boutique label collection. So what does that include? Kino, Arrow, and my biggest is Scream Factory. So if you're a fan of those and you also collect them, you'll love this video. It's a long video for me, so go ahead and check it out. So we're starting off with my biggest collection, which is Scream Factory. And as you can see here, I've got the Amityville Horror 2005 remake. And in my opinion, I like it more than the original. That may be crazy to say. It's great with Josh Brolin and Margot Kidder, but I really enjoyed this remake. So take the slipcover off there. Actually, I'll show you that. We've got the 4K and the Blu-ray, and no reversible cover art. Okay. Next up is an underrated slasher, Cherry Falls with Brittany Murphy. I think this one cost a lot of money to make at the time, and I think they put it straight to TV or something like that. But a great film, great mystery killer, and yeah, you should definitely check out Cherry Falls if you haven't seen it. Got some artwork on the inside, and just a Blu-ray for this Scream Factory version. Alright, next up is The Craft. Now, I remember there were some issues when this came out, that the opening scenes with the clouds looked very bad quality. I didn't notice it, and I think they said it was like DVD quality or something crazy. But yeah, the rest of the transfer is pretty good, and of course an iconic film from the 90s. Obviously you got Neve Campbell, Robin Tunney, Rachel True, and Fairuza Balk, and this one I really enjoyed. So alright, okay, here we'll get the slipcover off, and you can see that 4K disc and the Blu-ray disc. And then on the back, there's no reversible cover art, which seems to be a theme so far for Scream Factory. So, all right, next up is another remake, 2004's Dawn of the Dead. And I got this one a little bit later, so it didn't come with a slipcover. But I think I also like this one more than the original, which again may be crazy to say. But I think Snyder and James Gunn did a great job on this. So this one, you can see it has the 4K unrated cut, and then the Blu-ray unrated cut, and the Blu-ray theatrical cut. So the theatrical cut is not on 4K, and I remember that being an issue back in the day. But for me, I'm always gonna watch the unrated cut. So I also don't like that all the discs are the exact same design. And of course, Scream Factory's infamous. You got a little bit of off-gassing, if you can see that there. No reversible cover art on this one as well. Okay, next we have Drag Me to Hell from Sam Raimi. Good film. Definitely goes, I wouldn't say goes under the radar, but you know, it's got the Sam Raimi tropes, the book and everything like that. But yeah, it's a good film. And obviously you got our iconic Justin Long, our classic horror guy that we love. And let's see here. Let's take off the slipcover and see if this one has reversible cover art. This one does not. Okay, so this one 3 discs as well. The 4K has the unrated and the theatrical version on one disc. The Blu-ray unrated and the Blu-ray theatrical. So it's kind of strange that you have a 4K with the unrated and theatrical on one disc, and then the Blu-ray, 2 Blu-rays that are separate. But at least we got the theatrical as well on the 4K. So that is Drag Me to Hell. Next is going to be Evil Dead 2013, and wow, I love this one. This is a great film. I remember the transfer wasn't that good. I could be wrong, but I think there were like no new special features. All these 4K restoration, audio commentary, yeah, director, directing the dead, yeah, no theatrical trailer, being Mia, yeah. So there was no new special features at the time, which was which would steer people away from buying this 4K. But you know, what can you do? So I believe the transfer was not that good. It was I don't know, it just didn't warrant the upgrade. Again, with no new special features and a lackluster transfer, it really wasn't something that you need to pick up. And again, you only get this 4K. There's no Blu-ray. All the special features are on the 4K. So this one is, if you were thinking about getting it, I would just get the just get a Blu-ray if you wanted to own this film. All right. Let's see. Next is, we got our first steelbook, and this could be one of my favorite steelbooks. This is incredible. Of course, we got John Carpenter's The Fog. You've got the pirates on the front and the church. This thing is just absolutely gorgeous. Actually, it says in the bottom Studio Canal as well as a Scream Factory. And actually, let me give you a full open picture. I don't know if you can get the like the glass shards and everything in the reflection, but this thing is just gorgeous. All right, so here we're going to take out the 4K, which is the same as the newly commissioned artwork, and the Blu-ray. It's always a pain to get these things out of here, which is just like the theatrical artwork with Jamie on the front. You can see, got an image right there. So I'm going to go ahead and carefully put these back. And yeah, again, I'm not a big steelbook person, but you know, when it looks like this, which is obviously way better than in my opinion, better than the slipcover version. Sorry, I couldn't think for a second. I definitely want to go for it. Now we're getting into our Halloweens. So Halloween 1978. This one, again, I said in the other video, this is a regular slipcover, and I'll show in a second. This one is a hard slipcover. So I'm not sure. I know I got this a little bit after that these came out, so I guess when these were limited pressing and they started with the regular slipcovers, but please let me know if you know in the comment section below. So I don't have an issue with the leaves and everything that a couple people did when it was being released, but you know, this one does have reversible cover art and you can always flip it over. But I remember the whole world going crazy, physical media world, when in 2021 we got these new transfers, because obviously Halloween is just, you know, the mecca of a horror franchise. So again, I flipped it over to get the original artwork, and that's the same. Here we've got the 4K with the newly commissioned artwork. We've got the Blu-ray with the old artwork, and we've got the Blu-ray with the original color timing. And so yeah, so you get a couple different versions on there. Next is gonna be Halloween 2, and like I said, it's got this harder box case, which I wish I would have got for the original, but yeah, I guess it was a limited pressing. So go ahead and show off the side. Whoops, this is falling out. And we pop that out here, and again, I flipped it over. Of course, you got to have that iconic skull pumpkin on the front. Same on the back. I'll show off the spine. And this one also has 3 discs, so 4K UHD, Halloween 2, Blu-ray theatrical cut, and DVD television cut. So surprising that they put a DVD in one of these sets. And I'm not sure why you'd want to watch the DVD cut, because it's obviously it's not as good. Everything's cut out, but yeah. So if you grew up watching it on TV like I used to watch, so this is my only Blu-ray of the Halloween franchise, and that is Halloween 3: Season of the Witch. And I didn't get this originally when it came out because I don't have the slipcover, but this is just this was an iconic pickup for Scream Factory. The artwork is amazing, and just a great film that just, you know, aged so gracefully over time. So here I'll take out the Blu-ray disc. Again, just a Blu-ray disc, no DVD, and you have that original artwork right there, which I actually like the really commissioned a little bit more. You can still see the original artwork there. So, whoops. Okay. Halloween 4, such a great film. And this one's a little bit better. The leaves aren't as covering the entire artwork, but of course Daniel Harris comes into the franchise, and this is 10 years after the original. I'll put this over to the side, and we've got the original artwork. 10 years ago, he changed the face of Halloween. Tonight, he's back. Okay. let's see, does this one have reversible? This one does, yeah. So this one you can reverse it to the newly commissioned artwork, and then here we've got 4K UHD on the right and Blu-ray on the left. All right, we're still going, moving through our Halloween franchise, and we've got Halloween 5, of course, with the Nick Cage mask. And yeah, I'm not really a fan of Halloween 5. I don't like that Daniel Harris, Jamie didn't speak for a lot of the film. You know, she was an amazing child actor and still is an amazing actor. And I really did not like the mask. And Loomis was very mean in the entirety of the film. So I definitely wasn't the biggest. And of course, the cops with the weird, I don't know what you want to call it, clown penguin music. But got a great artwork. Of course, you got Jamie and her clown costume goes into the knife, and then they still have that. They were really milking the original mask on Halloween 4 and Halloween 5. But yeah, so I do know that's maybe an unpopular opinion. A lot of people, and of course you got the newly commissioned artwork, and a lot of people do enjoy Halloween 5, and I'm not knocking it if you do, but just personally, I don't really like it. So you got the newly commissioned artwork on the 4K, and then you got the Blu-ray right there. All right, next up is, you know, there were a lot of thoughts when they released this Halloween 4K collection 95 through 2002 that you had to buy Resurrection. I really have no idea how licensing works, but it really was, you know, bothersome because nobody really wants Resurrection. So I don't know if they bought the license and it came all three together. They said, hey, we wouldn't sell you H2O without Halloween Resurrection. But I remember I used to have the Blu-ray set, which had all these three together, so who knows. But again, it came in this box set. Go ahead and show off the side and the back. And you're going to see some of the, so like, put this to the side. Okay, so for instance, you can't see it there, but Halloween Curse of Michael Myers is thicker. It's actually a 4-disc set opposed to these 2-disc sets. So, of course, right here, Halloween Curse of Michael Myers. When we take it out, we have, again, I flipped it to the original artwork, which I enjoyed more. That's a great mask, though, Halloween 6. And when you open it, you can see it's even a little bit smaller right there, but we open it, we've got the 4K theatrical cut, we've got the 4K producer's cut, we've got the Blu-ray theatrical cut, and then we got the Blu-ray producer's cut. This film's okay to me. I don't hate it, I don't love it. Yeah, of course it's cool seeing a young Paul Rudd. I am a theatrical cut person because the whole, I don't know, Michael and a cult thing kind of always bothered me, that he would be controlled. But in the ending, when they throw those, it looks like those Jack toys when you were a kid, and Michael doesn't move, just drives me crazy. But yeah, so all right, next would be Halloween H2O, and this film aged so gracefully. I love this. Especially with, you know, 2018 and that entire trilogy coming out. This one just, I feel like, showed Laurie Strode in the best light. She was still being, you know, she was still being a human. She was still going to work, being a teacher and everything, and trying her best to continue to live. And she obviously had her son. So, and of course, I love LL Cool J was great in there too. This is the artwork, the original theatrical artwork. And go ahead and open this one up. We've got the 4K and we've got the Blu-ray. But this transfer was great. I remember for the longest time I had a DVD of H2O, and then I had the Blu-ray of all three of them, and it seemed like we never got a good transfer of H2O because all three of them were on one disc for that Blu-ray collection. But yeah, this was great to finally get it on 4K and on its own separate disc. So, and last in this set, the worst Halloween franchise of all, Halloween Resurrection. I don't really think that's a debate or anything. You know, obviously they kill off Laurie in the first 10 minutes. You know, Busta Rhymes infamously would make up his own lines apparently in the film, and obviously, you know, beating up, so to speak, Michael was crazy to watch. But you know, it went off the rails, and then obviously we got Rob Zombie's Halloween, the remake. But so 4K on the right, Blu-ray on the left. I do like how they put all their faces in the knife, though. That was kind of cool. All right, and the last up for my Scream Factory is another gorgeous steelbook, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This thing was great. This is probably, I think it was my favorite transfer of the year that it came out. Just absolutely gorgeous because all the colors. Sometimes, you know, a transfer is really good because of what you see on film. It's just, you know, all the pinks and the yellows and the greens and the whites and everything just really popped on this transfer. But for this one, we've got the 4K, the little shadow, looks like he's doing the shadow puppet, and the Blu-ray. And then right here, got some of the clowns on the inside. Okay, go ahead and drop this, oops, go Blu-ray in the back, Blu-ray, and 4K. Okay, now we're hopping into Criterion, and first off we're doing Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and definitely a love or hate film. I mean, this thing's pretty crazy with Johnny Depp. A lot of trippy, so to speak, scenes, and yeah, I always thought it was okay. I love Johnny Depp. Benicio del Toro is great as well. And Hunter S. Thompson is pretty crazy. I never really read any of his books or poems, but yeah. So all right, here we're gonna take out the discs, show you the inside. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas by Raoul Duke. Okay, here we've got the 4K. And then right here we've got the Blu-ray. Okay, and of course Criterion comes with these little booklets, so you'll get some credits, some pictures, some stuff of that nature, and of course all the colors in here. All right, so go ahead and put that back in there. Put this here. I don't hear a lot about this transfer. I can't remember if it was amazing or just okay. I think it was just okay. But let me know if you own this, if you enjoyed this Criterion Collection transfer. Next is going to be my favorite Beatles film, and probably my favorite Beatles album is A Hard Day's Night. This one's a little bit thicker. I'm not the biggest of these digipack fans. I like it more when it's in a case, but Criterion does this a lot. Of course, a black and white film from the 60s. 1964, 87 minutes. To me, this really is a glorified, before music videos, you know, they just do all their performances and stuff, but it's very much of its time. You know, the jokes don't land as much anymore, but it's charming. Of course, you got Hard Day's Night, which is Ringo's famous saying. I wish they would have put something right there. Of course, you got this huge booklet, which I usually just end up looking at the pictures instead of reading, but so many great performances and songs. Cool, you got Paul on the drum set. Okay, and I really like these discs looking like a record. Hard Day's Night 4K and Hard Day's Night Blu-ray, and then right here we've got a picture of the band. Okay, go ahead and put the Blu-ray back and the 4K right on top. Okay, and this kind of just, it's weird, it kind of just slides in, and of course it can fall out easily, but yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of these digipacks. It's also hard to get in. Let's see. All right, now we've got Martin Scorsese's Netflix film, The Irishman. I always thought it was weird when it went straight to Netflix, but of course we're glad with Criterion that they put it on a disc. But we got De Niro, Pacino, and Pesci, and a very long film. but I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people thought the de-aging didn't work as well, and I mean, I thought it worked pretty well. The eyes of Robert De Niro and sort of his mannerisms, maybe not the best, but I really enjoyed this film. Of course, again, we got Pesci back, and to see Pacino and De Niro on film is just amazing. So I like this artwork too. It's sort of like this sort of painting artwork. Okay, I think that was the name of the book, I Heard You Paint Houses, that this was based on. Okay, got some pictures. And right here we've got the disc 1. Actually, it doesn't say if it's 4K or Blu-ray. Oh, I think they're both Blu-ray. Yep, I think it's both a Blu-ray. I'm not sure if this has a 4K transfer. Blu-ray. Okay. That's another thing. Sometimes it's hard to tell. You can see here it says Blu-ray, or it has the Blu-ray logo, but yeah, sometimes you look at this and you're like, what is this, a Blu-ray, a 4K? So, all right, put that back, and then we're going to go into another Scorsese and De Niro team up, and Pesci as well, which is Raging Bull, in black and white, sort of the anti-Rocky. Very sad film, but if you can get through it, it's a very, very good film. And see, put that over there. This one took me a while to watch later in life. I was such a big, and still such a big, Rocky fan, but yeah, I didn't watch this until, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago or something, and I definitely recommend it if you haven't seen it. Such a tragic story that De Niro plays. Okay, right here we've got the Blu-ray, and we've got the 4K in red, which looks great. And I'll go ahead and show you, I'll go ahead and show you the booklet, which I love that Criterion drops off with. Look at how young, wow. De Niro still kind of looks the same, but Marty looks very, very younger. Oops, get that picture there. Okay, now we're diving into, let's see, diving into probably everyone's favorites, favorite boutique label, which is Arrow Video. And I think there was issues when Donnie Darko came out. I can't remember if it was the unrated version or this version, but yeah, I think there was issues with the transfer, and they had to do replacement discs. And this one, I love this film. Of course, we got a little pamphlet here. But yeah, Donnie Darko, such a great film. And it got, it's a cult classic. It took a while for the world to catch on. I think it came out right before 9/11, and with the whole airplane and the ending and everything, it took a while. I don't know if it was pulled from theaters or released later, but you have that artwork as well. The original artwork, and then the new artwork. But such a great film. And you forget there's so many people in it, with you know, Patrick Swayze's in it, and obviously Jake and Maggie Gyllenhaal, but and Drew Barrymore. Yeah, really good film. I'd recommend go watching this weekend if you haven't seen it, or if you just want to rewatch it again. Next, we're gonna go into Friday the 13th, 2009, and I really like this. You know, you got the bag mask, Jason, and the hockey mask. I know a lot of people have issues with this film. I know the beginning is the best, but to me, I really enjoyed it, and I love Friday the 13th, the original, but I really enjoyed this one. So, all right, and then you got the original artwork right there, and of course now we're getting Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X from Arrow, which is great. Right here, you got a lot of goodies in here. You got the greetings from Crystal Lake, a little postcard. You've got the Stream Killer Cut, which is just a little flyer for Arrow. You've got Boy Drowns, Mother Decapitated by Camp Counselor. So this is the little, that's one of my favorite kills, when Jason uses the machete and plucks her out of the water, the lake. That's just insane. And Danielle Panabaker, which I don't think anyone watching this in 2009 thought she was going to die. So that was a good that was a good kill. And right here we've got the, of course, Arrow's going to give you that. Let's do it this way. Newly commissioned artwork and the original. So you can always throw that up on your wall. And we've got the 4K. Now this says disc 2 the killer cut, and disc 1 the theatrical cut. So you have a 4K of both, no Blu-ray, but you have a 4K of the killer cut, which most people are going to watch. That's why I had it up in the front, and the theatrical cut. Okay. Put all the goodies back in here. Let me know if you guys are going to get Jason X or it's not fitting. Jason X or I can't think. Jason Goes to Hell on 4K from Arrow Video. I was thinking about getting Jason X, and then I was like, I'm not sure. I like it. I just, you know, I'm not obsessed with it. Our last one is my only chunky box set from Arrow, and that's Wild Things. And Wild Things, I think when I bought this, it was a blind buy, which I try not to do anymore. But, you know, good film. I mean, it's obviously known for, obviously, the Denise Richards and Neve Campbell and scene. But, yeah, I think it's a good film. It just kind of goes off the rails at the end. There's too many. I did this to you, and you didn't know this was going to happen, so I did this, and it kind of just goes off the rails at the end. Double crossings, I should say. But, of course, you got the original poster artwork right there. But still a good film. Still a good late 90s thriller, if you will. Go ahead and show off the art cards. So all the back have the original theatrical artwork. So you got Denise Richards. Make sure I'm on film there. Denise Richards. Neve Campbell. Neve always plays, I mean, with the craft and Wild Things, she always plays the mysterious sort of, I don't know, like goth sort of girl. But, okay. Matt Dillon. Kevin Bacon. Is this... And Kevin Bacon again, and then we got an Anthony Perkins Edge of Sanity little flyer in there. Here we've got the newly commissioned artwork, and I never noticed it has the crocodile right there, and it also has it right there on the artwork. And then we've got the original artwork right there. And here we've got our little booklet. Mostly pictures here. Denise and Neve. Kevin in the courtroom. Denise and Neve again. Okay. Oops. Go ahead and put this. Oh, this one goes in. See, it gets confusing. Sometimes it fits in the... Sometimes it goes in here, like the Friday the 13th one, and then sometimes you have to pop it in like so. Okay, this goes here, this goes here, and now we're hopping into Kino Lorber. So Kino, we've got Face Off, and I've been watching Face Off since I was way too young. I had it on a DVD, I got rid of it, and then I was so glad that they that Kino came out with it on 4K. Such a crazy, probably my favorite Nicolas Cage film. Just over the top, hammy action from the 90s. I mean, you can't beat it. Let's see if this one has reversible artwork. This one does have reversible artwork. And so here, Kino's infamous. I hate that they do this, but now you can tell it's a Kino disc with the 4K and the Blu-ray of Face Off. So. Okay. Next up is such a great film, Misery. One of Stephen King's best. Of course, it's always like The Shining and It that they talk about, but you know, Misery is great as well. And this transfer was really good. I love a cold, you know, sort of snowy horror film like The Thing, and just such a great. I think Kathy Bates won her Oscar for this. She was just so scary. This one does not have reversible cover art, and we've got the 4K and Blu-ray. So good. Such a good film. All right. And The Silence of the Lambs. I know there's a lot of different transfers. There was one from, I think there's one from Arrow, but I wasn't sure if it was over in England or not. And there was another one, it was, the box was white and it had, I think, just the moth on it. But this was a pretty good transfer. I love this artwork. And this is one I remember freaking me out at Blockbuster. I think the artwork was just Clarice or Jodie Foster, and obviously she had the moth, the bug on her mouth. I remember seeing that at like Blockbuster or something, just being so creeped out and wondering what I'm like reading, like what does lambs have to do with moths and all that stuff, and just, you know, it was so cool. And your imagination would make the film maybe even scarier. Okay, so there's nothing in the versatile artwork, and we've got the 4K and the Blu-ray. Okay, let's see what's next. I think our last little section would be Miscellaneous. So we've got 3 films here. One is from Shout Select, and we've got the iconic Point Break with Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze. And this is... Okay, we got the blue here. They also did a really cool steelbook with, I think it was the Ronald Reagan mask. It was one of the president's masks there. No reversible artwork. And of course, we've got the 4K on the right and the Blu-ray on the left. And then there's the, they got the president's masks during the bank robbery. Such a great film. I was one of them because, again, I was born in '96. I had seen Fast and Furious first, and then I had to go back and go, wait, watch Point Break, and go, they got it from Point Break. It's the, you know, they basically stole everything, which is crazy that they got away with it. But yeah, I mean, it's essentially the same film. But I love Point Break. This one is cool. This is from Vinegar Syndrome. It'll say on the side ETR Media or something, but I got it off the Vinegar Syndrome website. And Pretending I'm a Superman, the Tony Hawk story. And of course, it looks like an N64 case, and it'll say Blu-ray right there. 60 minutes. I just love how they did this. This is an amazing slipcover. And then on the side, we got Rodney Mullen on the back, and the greatest skateboarding story never told. When you put this to the side, we can see Pretending I'm a Superman, the Tony Hawk game story. So cool with the blue cartridge. And I had this one. I had it on N64, so I love even more that they did this with the slipcover. This one has somewhat reversible cover art there. On the left, we'll show the booklet. This was a cool little, maybe not something you need to buy. It's like an hour little documentary, and it only covers the first game. And I think it's on streaming somewhere, but the packaging is incredible. I was suckered in because of the packaging. Again, you look, it looks like a wheel. I mean, this is absolutely insane. And I'll give you a better picture of the artwork. And okay, and I think our last one would be Synapse's Suspiria, and this is probably the best, maybe the best 4K disc of all time, for sure the best 4K horror disc. And again, like I said, with Killer Clowns, it's the colors. I mean, all the colors Dario Argento used was just absolutely beautiful. And of course, when it's shot on film, it looks so much better when they restore it, opposed to it being, you know, shot digitally. But I've got the original artwork, which I love, but I do like the newly commissioned artwork as well. And yeah, I mean, this film is just absolutely gorgeous. And right here we've got the just the 4K for the movie, and the special features is on the Blu-ray. And then I'll show the Synapse booklet that comes in with everything. I remember this being expensive when it came out. I can't remember if it was, I think I still got it on Amazon, but it was like 50 or 60 bucks or something, which is crazy. Probably the most I've spent for a single, you know, non-chunky box set version, but I needed it. It was so amazing. So if you like the Italian genre and giallos, this is your this could be your introductory, or this could be the only film that you get, because it's absolutely amazing. So that is it. That is my boutique labels collection. What is your favorite physical media release that I showed off today, and what's your favorite boutique label? And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also check me out on Instagram at MovieMagic1996. Thank you so much for everything, and go watch a movie today.